by Memory Kairiri. You cannot believe the excitement that I went through recently on coming across my article done way back on Tuesday, March 7, 2006. It was an article that I did for the Moses Magadza edited Southern Times. It is on Zimbabwean Singura musician Nicholas Zakaria. It was titled Nicholas Zakaria Release Chawa Hit. Nicholas Zakaria. I post it here for the benefit of those who have been following Zakaria since then. I know that he has released various albums ever since. I am just overexcited. Never mind the changing times. Here it is below. Zimbabwe now has many high-flying musicians who are well known throughout southern Africa. Nicholas Zakaria is arguably the humblest and the quietest of them all. Always clad in modest attire, he talks less about others and his achievements. 6 months ago, at Simon Chimptu's burial, in the absence of Thomas Mapfumo and Oliver Mountakudzi, he became the obvious spokesman for the Zimbabwean musicians. Present. A very tough-looking introvert, Zakaria doesn't begrudge his successful former students, the late System Tasvida and Alec Makiso. Imbiri Yvo Imbiri Yangwo. "I take pride in the fame," he said in a recent interview. Even when Makiso complained about copycats, Zakaria did not say, "But you copied me yourself." He only said, "If people copy you, it means you are good." That was quite an ironic sting. If you listen carefully, you will realize that although Zakaria plays the same style as Makiso, his music is decidedly calmer, mature and more meditative. While Makiso's Singura is more innovative and appeals more to the nerves, Zakaria's is soulful and finds you only with the benefit of a series of replays. His more popular albums include Mabvi Nemagokora and Endine Mubvunzo. On stage, Zakaria's dance is not a dance at all. These are ordinary up-and-down rhythms of one who knows the source and center of sound. He plays his lead guitar as if he has never listened to it himself and would rather go away and dig in the garden instead. But beneath it all you see a very private pride and that mischievous chairwoman's satisfaction that says, "I play not because I have no other things to do but because I like it." Born at Zimbabwe's Belgauni estate in Mazo farming area, Nicholas Zakaria's origins are in Malawi and he is fluent in Chawa, although it is not established if he is Chawa. Although Chawa people have roots in Malawi, Zambia, Mozambique and Tanzania, they are now virtually in all southern African countries. Outside their countries of origin, most of them are in Zimbabwe and South Africa, where the parents or grandparents migrated as migrant laborers, because the general impoverished condition stems from the days of colonial conquest. The Chawa people have participated in many liberation movements in the region. The names were found within the ranks of Frelimo, Sanla, Zipra, ANC and other such organizations. The roles in the politics, sports and arts of the region are very difficult to ignore. However, it is sad that their official population figures have not been properly established in a region where migrant labor was and is still a huge economic reality. Considered peripheral, they are generally a peaceful lot, who have, however, kept in touch with the traditions through constant journeys back home or through song and dance. A true Chawa man is simple, generous, joyous, daring and resilient. Researchers reveal that Chawa is interchangeable with Nyanja. Some documents reveal that Chawa people speak a language called Chinyanya. Their ultimate origins are the Lubalanda kingdoms in Zaire, from where they wandered southwards. Sometimes languages like Ngoni, Nsenga, Nyasa, Pita, Maravi, Chikanda are considered to be Chianyanya dialects. But the Chawa people have intermarried everywhere they have gone, showing that Africa is the home. It is in that light that Zakaria's new album called Chawa Hits is very important. This is a compilation of 12 Chawa songs from Zakaria's major albums of his music career. On most of his albums, Zakaria had always included several songs in Chawa. This has continued since his founding of the Kiama Boys around 1984. Makiso's backing voice and bass guitar are very evident in this album, since these songs were done while he was still at Kiama Boys. Chawa Hits is very historic in that it is one of the very few all Chawa songs album in Zimbabwean history. This despite the fact that most Singura gurus like the Chimbetu brothers, Somanya brothers, John Chibajira, Amon Mvula, Ephraim Joe, and others could sing fluently in Chewa even if some of them might not have been strictly Chewas. Most of these musicians, like Zachariah, grew up on the Zimbabwean mines and farms where their parents were ordinary laborers. Influenced by the rumba rhythms from their countries, played by the parents, they evolved a kind of Zimbabwean sub-rumba now known as Singura. In Zimbabwe, these young banjo-playing musicians migrated to Salisbury from the farms and perfected the guitar playing whilst working as the so-called garden boys. Wanda Gutshu of the Herald has done an interesting research in which he discovered that these young musicians, including Zachariah, almost always congregated in the African township then called Gillingham. Gillingham could have been convenient because of its proximity to Salisbury's leafy suburbs where these lads found employment easily. The name of Gillingham is central in the development of Singura, and one day a more wide-range research might be necessary. It is no surprise that sometimes the Singura drums and bass guitars are distantly reminiscent of the Mabarua, the drums for the Gyowamkulu. Sometimes the singing too, as in Chimptu's Daya and Makaso's Mundai Kumbu, vibrates with the harmonies of some Gyoa songs and traditional songs common in Zambia and Malawi. Videos show John Chibajira twisting and cutting out his legs and performing the fast final circle the Gyoa way. It is important to realize the role of art in showing the syncretism of human traditions. In a recent interview, Zachariah admits that he was once a Gyoa dancer and that nobody matched his dancing prowess. However, he sadly thinks that he now sees the emptiness and meaninglessness of it all because he is now a Christian. This is sad because Gyowamkulu, the big dance, is central to the identity and culture of Chewa people. Considered a secret society, the dance is only a tip of the iceberg because beneath it is a whole community coming together to learn about the traditions, wisdom, history, medicines, secrets, passed down the line. Since Lubalinda, the Gyoa is considered to be in mythical animal state when fully dressed, something akin to the Egwugu of the Igbo people of Nigeria. Of course, the Gyoa has been both abused by some insiders and misconstrued by the condescending outsiders. Zachariah's Chewa Hits album is generally prayerful and sometimes very sad. Although very implicit, these songs capture the loneliness of the migrant laborer far away from home, relatives and ancestors. The hottest one, which people in Zimbabwe will recall from yesteryears, is Somveramvera, meaning what you hear through rumors. In that song, the persona calls for reunion with his ancestors and the source of his being. He feels thrown out of the family circle and even forsaken. Makoro Angoriro Rhino Mwadi Tayumunda Terira Chiyani Chifukwa Choko Kamazomveramvera. Ina Pokara Endachita Nati Mwana Wamasi Urina Kurira Kurira Siku. Riri Ronspid. The sadness does not end there, as this album is dominated by the crying and weeping motif. The titles of some of the songs here tell it all. Kodandola Endili Kulilo Amba Yesu. In Ndiri Kurira, the persona regrets the time he has spent looking for charms to improve his image and wealth. Maybe the most soulful song in this album, with the lead vocals by Alec Makaso, Ndili Kundandara, records the migrant laborer's constant struggles with poverty and segregation. The sad thing is that even with or without the luck charms, he cannot get out of the vicious circle. Chewa, like all African languages, carries eternal poetry which can be enjoyed even for its sake. Ntawi. Iminendanata Yakufi Kupakari Pano Ndiri Bekantu Kari Koze. Endine Wasoka. Asananga Mwadi Tayila Ntawi Yelya Ndiri Kurira. The idea that Zachariah is a devout Christian comes out clearly too, as most of the songs seem to find answers in Christ and prayer. Zachariah's music can easily pass as gospel music. There is also belief in self-worth and human dignity. Urimu, which is the reason why most left home in order to look for it in foreign lands. There are teachings about establishing a family and building a home, as in Bajna, Akaromosi, and Ayude. It, however, remains to be seen how much Zachariah's marketing will take advantage of the huge and widespread Chewa audience in Southern Africa. The greatest weakness with Southern African music is its failure to cross colonial boundaries. The Herald